Hey, what's up, Dash League? Welcome back. We're in season 6 here, cycle 2, and we're getting underway on this exciting sprinter tier match today. We've got Bandit versus Southern Cross in the booth currently with Firehorse, who decided to go ahead and take this cast for me, which I greatly appreciate. So I can focus on, the fun stuff, let him do all the logistics and whatnot. But yeah, this should be a good one. So yeah, let's talk about the teams, talk about the maps, and see what we got going on today. So, Bandit versus Southern Cross. I think these teams have run across each other quite a bit in the past. Both teams have had a lot of tier movement. I know Southern Cross consistently has gone between Sprinter tier, Dasher tier, but more consistently Dasher tier for them. And actually, I'll talk about that more later. Bandit also, I think in the past 2 seasons, have consistently gotten into Sprinter, Dasher tier as well. So both these teams losing both matches from the previous cycle in Dasher tier. They're in Sprinter currently, but they're looking for a big win today and hoping to get back into Dasher. That is wrong. This is not Loop versus Acer, but hey, shout out to both those teams. All right, so let's see. Actually, I'll let you pick Firehorse. Who should I talk about first? Southern Cross or Bandit?
Let's go with Southern Cross, shall we?
All right, Southern Cross. No favoritism there. Southern Cross has had a really exciting season so far. They've gone up against Envy and Loop, and in both of those, they've taken both of those matches to a double CP, which unfortunately they lost, but exciting. Their payloads, especially, have been really, really strong, and even stronger, I think, this season than in past seasons. I know they've done some really incredible stuff in the past with their launchpad, especially on the Sydney server, but beating Envy, the previous Dash League winners from season 5, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, that's insane. They beat them on the payload map on launchpad, so that's huge kudos to them. Shout out. Now, if they could just follow suit with their dominations, it would be crazy to see Sydney just shoot up to the top. Similar for Loop, did very well against Loop on the launchpad as well. Anyways, that is for them. Looks like they're still waiting on one more person. Trying to read the names, but I can't quite make it out. So we'll just move over to Bandit preview. So Bandit had only one match last season, or one match last cycle rather. Looks like where they did face Supernova, and I remember that one. Struggled a little bit, Supernova taking the win and holding them at checkpoint on that launch pad. Similarly with the waterway, a pretty quick waterway. They did take 1 point away from Supernova, but ultimately it was a 3-1. So they're looking to reprove themselves in this matchup here, see if they take the W. It's not going to be an easy one though. Southern Cross, of course, but for them especially, I'd love to see what they can bring to the table. They also had some availability issues last cycle with losing a match via forfeit to V. So glad to see they've brought out a full roster today, and we'll see what they can do. Looking at names, I can recognize a few, but it's a little hard to see through the Discord stream. I'm seeing Engen, previously on Acme. He's been around forever. Good to see him finally settling on Bandit this season. 17. Now that, I think, is that Dasher 17? Yes, I think 17 is Dasher 17, in which case his name's a little bit different than the website name. So if you're watching or reading this later, make sure to change that name for your next match, and you're probably going to need to message probably Lat about that. Unless, oh wait, no, that's Z, isn't it? No? Okay, so there's a Z and a 17. So you need to make sure I feel like I have to say this every single stream, but you need to make sure your name lines up with what's on the website, because that's how the style dev set it up. That's how the stats get pulled over. Otherwise, they have to manually change it. And technically, it's against the rules. So go back, check that. Anyways, another Traku, Very consistent player in the past, a very tricky player. I think some of the some of the playstyle from Traco, especially in pubs and matches, he is really hard to tack down. He uses a variety of weapons. I know a lot of shotguns, and you'll just find him in corners that aren't very typical, which makes him a very tricky player to read and kind of follow. Z, is that a name change or is this a new player this season? I'm not sure. There's so many name changes, but we'll be looking out for them today. And then the last one, I just can't read it all. Is that Texas? No. What is that one? It's like Team Insane. Oh, Team Insane. Yeah, been around forever. Very consistent player and probably one of Bandit's top players right now. So Team Insane will be looking to perform really well today, and his team will be looking forward to that as well, I anticipate. On Southern Cross's side, they do have their 5. I'm actually going to let you read out the names real quick because I can't quite see them. Oh, wait, no, I can see him now.
On Southern Cross? Yeah. We've got Rapscallion, Nugget, Crash Zone, Wakanda, and Yoda, who's changed his name this season to Xerneas. I'm not quite sure how you spell that. Pronounce that, right?
Xerneas? I always think it's Xerneas. But yeah, Southern Cross looking in top form this season. I mean, every player that you see there has been consistently playing on their team. Rapscallion, of course, one of the best Rocketeers in the league and easily the best Rocketeer in the APAC region. Nugget, a player that played on the U.S. teams previously. He's so skilled that he can play and keep up with players in the U.S. despite his ping difference. Crash, one of the two sisters, Axe and Crash Zone, very strong players, very well-known and veteran players. And of course, Wakanda, one of the trickiest players that you play against. In my mind, I put him almost similar to Traku, but Wakanda, especially on domination maps, super hard to track down. And I always have to keep an eye out for him because if I don't, he'll shoot me in the back or get a flank on me. And Zyota has been making waves this season. And I don't know, maybe I just haven't been following his progress, but recently Zyota has just been absolutely killing it. Just looking at stats from previous games, and he's been doing really well. I remember during the loop match, he was going 1.31, carrying the team in terms of KD at least, and almost a score. So looking to see some good stuff for him today. So yeah, those are the teams, Bandit versus Southern Cross. It's going to be a good one, and I am excited. I want to see what happens. I think the first map is Sydney based, so it is very much in favor of Southern Cross, and true to form for them, they love their Sydney on their payload. That's their signature almost, and that's what makes them really strong. So hopefully Bandit is prepared for this, maybe practice some Sydney, but they'll probably need all the help they can get. That being said, it is a little bit easier to negate some of the ping issues on Canyon versus Launchpad. Launchpad being a lot closer counters and closer quarter combat than you would see on Canyon. So maybe they can utilize those sight lines and try to negate some of that ping, but I still expect a very decent win from Southern Cross on this payload. Domination should be in favor of Bandits, and Bandit have done some really good stuff with their domination in the past. So if true to form, they should take the domination if they can really utilize their ping on Dallas, and then I anticipate a double CP. That's just my anticipation. It could and might very well be different, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, both teams gearing up, getting ready, and it looks like they're both somewhat consistently out of their prep spaces, so maybe they're just waiting on 1 or 2 players, and we'll be getting ready to go here. One thing you'll notice is some mutator changes. We still have league payload, we still have team chat, but one recent announcement to the league is that right now, at least, the standardized height is not a required mutator right now. It cannot be enforced. It's a little janky right now. So players will, well, you can use whatever height. You can use a natural height. I anticipate they'll probably bring it back at some point, so it might be good to keep practicing on that standardized height. I know I've been It's been a as a short dude myself, you know, trying to practice those. I mean, height changes can really change your dashing routes, your angles, even the way you aim, and especially button presses. So hopefully teams are prepared for that. But yeah, I guess we'll wait and enjoy some music while we're here. Looking at some stats, Season 6 right now, top of the KD is Cola, of course, 2.5, and I think he's only played he's played a couple matches so far. In terms of kills, though, Khan carrying it out, 347, destroying the leaderboard, carrying right now. However, notably, in the top 3, though, is Rapscallion, who is playing today, showing his colors, represent on Southern Cross's side. Rapscallion hitting the top boards. And Axion for kills per minute. She might be, I'm hoping to see her come in on the domination, but she is number 2 for kills per minute. That's a lot of interactions. Nugget for 4. So those two very big players on Southern Cross's side. And of course, Rapscallion. I think that was spot 8. But yeah, let's get started with some Nugget action. We'll pick up that bottom dash, get set up with shotguns. Hopefully Bandit is prepared because he's going to be coming out of that shotgun room like a tempest. Iota setting up with rockets. Crash pulling way back. Getting that shock. Yeah, people have been doing that consistently. I don't know how you can manage to get those shocks and get back on time, but yeah, people still manage to do it. Interestingly, we see Rapscallion setting up in the lobby. He's got shocks, which is interesting. I would have thought he would have opted for rockets to start. A heavy user is a heavy user. Seeing some cart stoppage here. And I think we got a couple clears. Rapscallion with a pick and a double. Looking to get a pick on that cart. And this is a really great first start for Southern Cross. Oh, absolutely crushing Bandit. Bandit unable to even get out of their spawn. Engine finally getting a pick on Rapscallion. And he's trying to clear the space. And with that pick, some movement process here. And some movement on cart. Although a red streak coming in and clearing the way. Cart once again this early being stopped. Crash zone in lobby. Grouping up with a teammate for a push. As they pass by the death room, Chaos gets a pick on head. Engine trading them out. Rap with a nice offensive dash and flick shot towards Cart. Cart being stopped once again. So a little bit of a rough start for Bandit. Southern Cross in really good form right now. Already, I would say about 20 seconds behind. Bandit going to need to stack in order to make up the time and really get some forward presence, which they've kind of struggled to get. Here's the push. Caged Bird. Looking to get set up. Little lost for a second there, but manages to get the pick on one of the Southern Cross players, and he's got forward presence. Crash will take him out, though, and that was important for them. As Caged was in a really advantageous spot for them. Cart now stopped once again. Southern Cross with a really nice defensive hold. And there's just red all over the place right now. Bandit are going to need to clear out every single corner in order to get that cart consistently moving. We see I think a little group up here from Bandit. Got a disruptor deep in red territory. We'll see what they can do. Oh, they go down and rockets are up, and Southern Cross once again have lobby. Nugget getting the pick in on that lobby. Nugget gets a pop shots from the wall and uses a nice little dash maneuver there. Dash up on the wall. He'll come around and take out a member on cart. We're going back to lobby. Canyon is very sightline heavy, but with just how much aggression and how much space Southern Cross has right now, they really don't need too much sightlines covered. They can just kind of sit in their corners. Rapscallion with those golden rockets, taking out Cart. And Cart once again goes down. We are at the 3-minute mark. Bandit just now crossing through the corner to the last phase of the pre-checkpoint. They are about a minute behind, which is not a spot that you want to be in. Bandit will likely have to get multiple team wipes. They're going to have to make sure that Rapscallion goes down. But with the way he's moving right now, I would say that is a feat. It's going to be quite the feat for them. We are seeing some movement. Just little hits to the cart. Get it moving. And interestingly enough, we're not seeing a lot of red presence on cart right now. I think they do have one designated cart rider, but for the most part, red is just kind of going for those shots. And it's honestly working for them. It's a pretty decent hold. They aren't really needing to ride that cart too much. They're just killing Bandit before they can even get to the cart. Ernias battling in lobby, gets the pick. Low on health, he'll get the health pick up, get back on a sight line. Southern Cross, once again, a very deep hold in this health room. They've got the top rail sideline, they got the main rail sideline, got a body on cart, rockets up. This is the kind of defense every team wishes they could get. Okay, trying to get some momentum. Goes down, looking like a blue push up there. Oh, but gets taken out in the lobby area. Engine shot with a ricochet from top rail. Oh, I always hate that you get picks. It's like, where did I get shot from? And you realize it's a ricochet of all places. Team Insane getting some work done in health. We're seeing a group up here. Oh, goes down in the health room. Traku now looking for those rockets. Oh, but Rapscallion denies the kill and gets the pick. Staying alive. We're right now rounding about the last minute of this match. Still not seeing too much movement. About 5% left for Bandit. So they're really going to have to make some waves here if they want to get across that checkpoint line. But we are, a little bit of movement. Southern Cross really need to put bodies on cart. Bandit could very well still get this across checkpoint. We're seeing Shocks come in, Tracker coming in. Gets on cart, gets a pick. Tiny bit of movement. Team Insane, stuck on the back of that cart for a moment there. He'll get shot down before getting much movement on the cart. Cage trying to get health, but he'll go down. Tracker once again with Shocks, goes down. Wow. And at this point, I think Bandit are trickling in a little bit too much. They really need a strong group up, but you can see starting to get desperate here. Just trying to get every little push that they can. Inching it ever closer. 10 seconds.
8, 7, 6,
Time for one more push.
4, 3, 2.
Last few blue members. Only one player left.
Red team wins.
Able to get it. Oh no. And I think they're gonna have to chalk that up to the ping. The timing is different from when you get that overtime, and it looks like they didn't do it quite on time. Looking at scores right now, Southern Cross very well in the lead. Nugget going crazy, nearly a 4.0 KD right now, with almost 4,000 points, leading the map in kills and score. And really, it's like every single player, apart from maybe one player, going positive on Southern Cross, which, you know, this is the defense side, but with the KDs that they're rocking right now, it's very much heavily Southern Cross weighted, which is to expected. Sydney server. Traku. Z clearing out lobby, taking a pick on Traku. Team Insane, nice headshot on cart. And another, just clearing out blues, he'll go down. Traku, double SMGs, gets a pick before going down. Top rail battle here. Z in a tenuous spot. Oh, Wakanda crushing him. Low on health, but he'll get in a nice cheeky spot to get some pops, get him push up, gets a pick, and he'll move up. I think that actually might be 2 frags. No, he got Z that first time. Ignore what I said. Southern Cross starting to reach the incline now, and we haven't really seen any cart stoppage at this point. Cart's been moving consistently. Southern Cross getting that early phase of the pre-checkpoint well in hand. Lots of red bodies lots of blue bodies in Bandit's spawn area, and they're gonna have to deal with that before even considering getting to cart. Wakanda getting a pick and getting on cart. Good mixture of objective focus and killing focus. Rapscallion with one pick. Nugget. Riding that cart. Low on health. We'll get the headshot. And in time to go get the health. Not only gonna get some cart moving, but get the nasty flick headshot. Wow. Really impressive work on his part. Looking to get that red behind. He's alone, and Engine will take him out. Finally seeing a cart stoppage. Maybe an opportunity for Bandit, but they do have two in the back. Disruptors splitting off Bandit's defense. Engine now alone, taking up the full force of Southern Cross, and now Southern Cross once again in Bandit territory and looking to get the pick on the cart defenders, looking to get that push on cart. Ooh. A lot of trades on that flank. Bandit finally getting some solid defense here. Not quite able to set up, but they're stopping the cart from moving. Southern Cross now back on checkpoint pace. They were 30 seconds ahead. Ooh, but we are seeing some movement and a lot. I think it was a team wipe at that point. Only Track was alive, and the cart was moving the entire time. Southern Cross inching ever closer. And I think it's 45% now. They're only 3% away, and they have 3 whole minutes to get the last 3%. We're looking at an easy checkpoint pace here, and with the payload mutator, it's likely they're going to get going past and aiming for that 100%. Ooh, Negative with a nice headshot. And then another pick, and that is over the previous line, and that is a checkpoint. They will take the map and get the checkpoint, heading in towards all the MMR that they can get, and this is a big hit for Bandit. Now it's just going to be about saving as much MMR as possible. Bandit wanting to stop them as far away from their 100% as far as they can. But early post-checkpoint round already going to Southern Cross. Southern Cross doing... Oh, I take that back. Team Insane doing all the work. Takes 2 and stops cart and is sitting on cart. And he'll go down to Xerneas. But man, that cart was stopped for at least 5 seconds there. Although I don't think it's going to hurt Southern Cross much. Already they're feeding off of Bandit players in their own spawn. Traku, a misplaced dash will put him in the fire sightlines of Southern Cross. Southern Cross will feed right off of him. Big battle, Wakanda getting the pick. Oh, single goes down to a cart. There's always got to be one player. Hate to see it, but we love to see it. Rapscallion getting the pick. Getting another pick. Can he get a 3? Actually, he is at a 3. Can he get a 4? Oh, he'll go down. Cage Bird denying further kills. Cage going for cart. Good objective focus, but a dash off cart, and he'll go down to Crash Zone. Crash being cart pusher, designated cart pusher for today. Riding that cart. Gets a headshot. Can he continue that cart movement? And cart is cruising up. And we're heading under rafters. 2 blue alive right now. And they'll face off with every Bandit player in the area. Xerneas. Some fancy dash movement. He'll go down to Engine. Bandit looking like they're getting control of the rafters area and getting control of the... Ooh, but... Looks like that was a misplaced dash onto the car, on the rails. It doesn't look like he meant to do that. And a triple stack. They'll go on and head off to this Bandit spawn, really hold them, and it is a really deep spawn lock. Only one on cart, but that's all they need. The rest focused on killing those Bandit players. And it is still continue every... Right now, Bandit are just feeding this spawn camp from Southern Cross. Xerneas with some nice movement. He'll take 2 before going down to Caged Birdie. It seems like all the kill streaks are going down to Caged Birdie. So at the very least, Caged Birdie can say that they are ending kill streaks on Southern Cross. Engine, some nice defensive movement. I love that, using that cart for different elevations for that dodging pattern. Rapscallion with rockets. Trying to get a pick in basement. He'll get a pick with his pistol. Showing that versatility. And another pick. And getting on cart. Wow, I don't get a triple. Finishing it off. Really giving a lot of ground for the cart to move at this point. just under 6 minutes, and that card is so close. Only a few percent left, and Southern Cross will have this in the bag. It's looking very, very likely that Southern Cross is going to get 100% with time remaining as well. That being said, Bandit are not stopping. Still setting up. Still putting players on cart. On cart for a moment, but that attic push is going to be, oh, so deadly. It looks like they did clear it, though. Wow, Bandit with a nice defensive hold. Clearing that attic push. Clearing the spawn rail push. Southern Cross member kind of all over their flank. He'll go down. And cart is stopped. Bandit with a decent hold right now. Oh, but only one red player left alive around cart. He'll get twos! And that's Z. He'll clear the cart for them. Wow. And that was super clutch. That could have been the 100% push. But Z holding it down is going to extend the time for Bandit. And they need all the time they can get. We are seeing some aggression from Bandit. They're going to try to push out. But it looks like all the disruptors down. Big push from Southern Cross. Only about 1% now. Oh, and a pick. And another pick. Oh, but he'll go down before he can get it. Inching now, and it looks like that's it. Southern Cross take it with over 4 minutes, getting 100%. A huge result for them. Southern Cross easily taking this. And honestly, not a surprise. Payload, they have, I mean, as Bandit, you can't really be disappointed in losing the payload when the team that just beat Envy on their server on a payload did this. However, I will say I'm a little surprised Bandit wasn't able to get over that checkpoint. Bandit has been known for their objective focus, but Southern Cross doing well today. Looking at scores right now, Nugget still in the lead with a 3.0 KD, over 7,000 points. Leading the team and leading the map. For Bandit, Z was on top with a score of over 4,000 points. Fragging, Engine, 36-56. All right. Well, that is the W for this map for Southern Cross. We're going to get a server swap over to Dallas, and it's going to be very much in Bandit's favor. So they'll be looking to get that, take it back on a domination map. In the meantime, we'll continue to look at some scores and see if there's anything of note here. Top interactions. We already mentioned Rapscallion. Although I think that was kills last time, but interactions, Rapscallion really involved, which is interesting for... I wouldn't have thought that a Rocketeer would have so much interaction, but it's, you know, Rapscallion does a lot with rockets, and he'll also do with other weapons as well. You saw his versatility with the pistol in one hand, rocket in the other. Oh, you know what? I'm not sure. Rapscallion, it could be. All right. Well, there's your answer right there. All right. One player we haven't seen on Southern Cross today is Rembrandt. He's second interactions per minute across the league at 11.49, just behind Axion. It's probably the old server, wasn't it? Oh, really? Hmm. Yeah, maybe I'll DM Rap. Game in same slot, yeah. And if that doesn't work, I'll DM them. You know, one interesting thing is I was expecting to see more of Nugget. Nugget is number 10 in terms of score per minute. However, Rembrandt and Axion, second and third, represent for Southern Cross. All right, we're in the new lobby. This is a Dallas server. Bandit looking to take this domination map over. It is a quarry, which means it's a little bit trickier. It's not a domination that a lot of people have played. However, last season, with the mandatory maps per rotation, the pre-designated maps, people have been getting... What's that? Gotcha. So looking at some payload stats real quick, or we'll discuss it. There are 3 notable players. Or no. This is from today. That's what you're showing. Oh yeah. Got it. I'm having a little bit of difficulty reading it. It's a little pixelated. Yeah. Yeah, I can. So going back over previous stats, of course, KD was in favor of Nugget, leading the map in kills. Both Xerneas and Rapscallion, however, getting around that 60 kill mark on a Canyon, which when multiple people are getting above 50 kills, it shows some really strong firepower coming from that team. And we have 3 players on Southern Cross getting that high. In terms of push, though, yep. Yeah, Nugget was absolutely killing it. And it was consistent. He was very consistent on both blue and red side.
And just behind Nuggets, KD is Rapscallion with 2.65. Holy dude.
Yeah. And Rapscallion also with some cart time, too. 34 seconds on cart. And then, I mean, we really have to give props to Crash Zone. She was on cart for 119 seconds. That's practically 2 whole minutes of just pure cart pushing. So, very objective focus. You could really say Crash was the reason why Southern Cross won that. You know, she pushed the cart all the way. And comparatively, Z with the most cart time, but only 53 seconds, and that's really because they didn't get past that checkpoint. But Z putting in the work there for his team, and a second fragging for his team with 31 kills. So I always like to see a person that can push cart, but still consistently get some frags as well. Shows signs of a really well-rounded player when they can do both. Always, I mean, not the most important thing. You can still be a very good cart pusher without getting frags, but you know, I like to see if I can go positive while pushing cart. For me personally. All right. So yeah, do you have any thoughts on how this nomination is going to go? It is a quarry.
I know Southern Cross has been training Quarry quite a lot, and they always have. It's one of their more popular maps, and I think that's thanks to Rembrandt, and again thanks to his pedigree on Acme. We used to train Quarry quite a lot. So look, I think the ping is definitely going to work against them. Bandit's going to have the advantage there, and that could be enough. You know, in a game where you're talking about milliseconds and holding the button.
Absolutely.
The ping plays a huge role. So. Yeah, Bandit definitely got the advantage here, but I think Southern Cross is still going to have the killing power to pull it off. But it's going to be interesting to see. It wouldn't surprise me if this goes full time, to be honest.
You know, it very well could. With Quarry, more often than not, it goes a long time, if not full time, especially with teams that are similarly skilled. And I know for a fact, playing against Southern Cross in the past on not only their server, but US Advantage servers as well. Southern Cross, if they can't win the quarry, they will delay. You know, they know how to extend the Corey time. They know how to keep their buttons alive. So it's going to be, even if Bandit can manage to get that upper hand in terms of score, it's going to be rough for them trying to get all the time they can get from this Corey. So I expect a really hard fight from both teams. Would like to see a double CP though. I love when there's high pings. I do like to see a double CP because you can directly compare and contrast the two CPs and see how it affects everyone. All right, but let's get started here. Second round, Quarry on Dallas.
Match starts in 3.
We'll start off on Bandit's side,
1.
looking at Z.
Go. Red takes A. Red takes
Take that
B.
bridge dash, head towards B.
First
A little bit
red team
on the slower side.
2.
Oh,
1.
and mix. Oh, wow, it's super. What happened? There's still 2 Bandit alive, but in the first few seconds, Southern Cross already with their first point. And, you know, looking at that, it looked like Bandit had some confusion on rollouts. The person taking second dash was going to go for the top dash. He missed a couple dashes. He's delayed. Bandit need to get those rollouts together because that was shockingly fast for Southern Cross. Wow, that was Xerneas with a pick on the B button. Looking, and he gets another pick, looking for that third player on B. Bandit countdown, however, he'll go down to Caged Bird. Caged Bird with 2 frags, now with 3 frags. He'll be heading towards Southern Cross's base. And it looks like they did get their rollouts fixed up here. They now have button control and presence across the map. But man, that first point, I would say, was one of the fastest, if not the fastest this season on a Corey I've seen. That was crazy. We're seeing battles across the map. Focus on B, Bandit with B currently. Wakanda traveling through the tunnel. Southern Cross will be looking to push in towards Bandit's base, but right now Bandit still have presence at B. Wakanda. Traku with rockets on defense, taking him out and getting the button. Oh, and he'll get the pick. Nice pick. Clearing the base with those rockets. Bandit countdown. Countered. So Traku, oh wow, doing a really good job on defense. It looks like he wasn't even aiming to just do defense. He's trying to push out there. He'll take himself out in the tunnels. Right now, a lot of the fight has been at B. Caged Birdie once again single-handedly nearly clearing out B. Another Southern Cross countdown, but countered. And lots of trades going on over B. And it looks like both teams sending 3 full players, if not 4, over to B. Both teams realizing just how important B is. That's been a strat in the past. You know, a lot of Quarry strats have been just how many players you put on the B route versus the tunnel route. And there's been a lot of contention. Some teams wanting to do a 4-1 in favor of B, you know, 3-2 in favor of B. Some teams even doing a 2-3 with only 2 at B and 3 in tunnel, which is risky, but sometimes you need that extra emphasis. Bandit countdown, but easily countered. Axion getting that one. Another countdown. 4 Southern Cross alive. They'll clear their base and start heading on to B and tunnel. Wakanda finishing that headshot. He was looking around trying to find that blue streak, but he got locked on and decapitated his opponent. Traku though with rockets. And it looks like he took himself out on that kill. Caged Birdie trying to find that flank. They'll head back to B. Axe with a double. No, Axe with the single outside B. Southern Cross countdown, and it's a team wipe. Second point going to Southern Cross. Wow, and they are 2-0. Oh my gosh, and this is on Dallas. Southern Cross have clearly been practicing, and it is absolutely showing. 2-0 already in the first 5 minutes, and now only 1 point away from taking this entire match. Bandit really need to really need to work on their roots. I will say they did improve a lot on their roots. Oh, but another countdown.
Blue takes A.
Caged Birdie, unsurprisingly, taking control of B. What is Caged Birdie sitting at right now? Or is that 10-8? Yeah. Caged Birdie putting in the work, but 3C3 players on Bandit side going 11 kills. And actually, I think the kills are more in favor of Bandit, but, you know, the timing, the button focus has been very much on Southern Cross's side. They've got that timing down, which for Corey is... Oh, the double frag from Xerneas! Oh, it looked like that might have been it, but... only 2 alive, but it is countered at Southern Cross's base, I think. Caged. Good dash placement to get that counter. He'll go down to Axion. Axion holding, pinning Bandit in their spawn. Nice sprint strafing to get the second pick. And another countdown, only 2 alive, but easily countered from Blue. And it looks like they'll get only 1 other Southern Cross alive. He'll go down and Bandit gets repossession of the base. That was kind of scary for them. It could have been close, but they get control back and they're rushing to go get B presence again. A nice pick on Nugget, but Xerneas will trade him out. Xerneas with a second frag, looking for that third.
Red takes B.
B cleared in favor of Southern Cross. Bandit quickly rushing in. Caged Birdie making some work.
Red takes B.
Getting some work done at B. Taking his time, trying to get that pick. He'll get the button for a moment before going down. Nugget taking him down. Oh man.
Blue takes B.
Engine taking Nugget out. Lots of trades at B. Lots of trades at B. And that's really the name of the game for this particular Corey, is the B control. I'm not even sure what's happening in Tunnel because the fight has been so much in favor of B.
Blue takes A.
Let's see, 1 Bandit player into the Southern Cross's base. And they'll go down. Nugget rushing into Bandit's base. B still in control by Bandit. Nugget going down. Tracker taking him out. He'll get those rockets. Going back on the defense. And you know, I've always had mixed feelings about using rockets on Corey. Ooh, Bandit countdown momentarily. Nugget with the counter. I've always had mixed feelings with using rockets on Corey. You gotta be extremely skilled to do it. And I think I've only seen it done a couple of times really effectively. Usually it's more of a defensive strat, like a turtling strat, in my opinion. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, but Traku clearly here not trying to just play defensive, pushing out with those rockets. And he's getting frags, so whatever he's doing, he's making it work.
Blue takes A. Red takes A.
I think Caged Birdie there, double SMGs.
Red takes A.
Go down. Traku outside B, looking to push into B, get some presence there, get the dash pick up, get the button. Big push here by Bandit, an opportunity. They can get in and get the button. Some unfortunate timing. They got to hold on B though. Lots of Southern Cross at B, and they'll easily counter at B. With Traku in Southern Cross's base, and it looks like they didn't really know it until now. And he is in a poor position, really low, and Rapscallion will finish him off with the help of Axe. Rap, nice, dashing to get the pick on Team Insane in Tunnel. Battle at B, Axe winning it out. Rapscallion with a pick outside, push opportunity. They just got to get B, and they got to get Bandit's base. It's a countdown, 3 alive. But easily countered Caged Birdie with the counter. And Bandit on their ropes, being pushed back into their base. Southern Cross now with the push. Trying to get in. And they've been delaying long enough. More Southern Cross coming in. Bandit on the ropes once again. Stuck in their base, trying to clear. It's only Xerneas, and that's a clear. Bandit narrowly getting control back of their base, and they will hang on for another, well, another round.
Red takes B.
Getting some B presence and some tunnel presence from Bandits.
Blue takes B.
Ooh, Team Insane. Unable to get the pick on that tunnel rusher. He'll finally finish him off. And he'll get a double pick on tunnel. And he'll get the dash. Team Insane going insane. Getting some momentum, gets another pick and another. Wow, Team Insane going crazy and a countdown. 3 live, only 2 live. Cause this, oh no, and countered. Another countdown, only 2 live. Team Insane got him. Oh, and he goes down. Nugget. Bandit now returning. Oh, and that's a mad dash route by Nugget. That was insanely fast. That reminded me of Moon, actually. Moon, in my opinion, is one of the best dashers. Nugget emulating a lot of that dash speed. Vernius. And that's a countdown. Full Bandit crew alive, though. They will easily counter a B. However, Southern Cross rushing into B. Tracker trying to survive. Axe taking him out. Axe going down. Caged Birdie. Consistently, once again, Caged Birdie, one of the last players alive on his team on B. The B defender today. Caged Birdie started the countdown, but multiple Southern Cross still alive. Wrap with the counter, pushing a tunnel. Get the pick, a nice pick on Team Insane at distance. I'm not sure how I feel about that. He goes back to tunnel after getting that dash pick up to try to get that pick on the tunnel player. But it does not go well in his favor. I don't think it would have amounted to much because Bandit still had B, but I do not like it when players go backwards, you know, chasing those kills. If you get that dash pickup, you just push up, you know? Hopefully that won't cost them. It is a habit that I've been seeing from Rapscallion, though. Southern Cross countdown, and a counter. Tracker getting that counter. Southern Cross now with B, which Bandit had for the longest time. Bandit countdown. They're pushing Southern Cross into their base. Rapscallion is, though, in Bandit's base. So he is in a tricky position to get the counter if needed. But Southern Cross looking like they're trying to clear out their own base. One cheeky Bandit player, though, snuck deep behind Southern Cross lines. And Rapscallion deep behind Bandit lines. Both with the opposite. Yep, I don't think Southern Cross realized just how deep Bandit is in their base right now. Oh, and who is that? Who is that in? Is that Caged Birdie? Caged Birdie doing some insane work in Southern Cross's base. Oh, finally going down, but not after being a huge menace to Southern Cross. Really stopping that countdown.
Blue takes B.
And that's a huge name in the game for Corey. There's so many spots you can just tuck in and hide. It's not always about your kill power, it's about how sneaky you can be. And Bandit really showing that they can be extremely sneaky. Southern Cross with, once again, Bandit's base. Bandit with Southern Crosses. But it'll swap. So we're seeing the play slow down a little bit here as both teams start to adjust to the other team. Both teams trying to get a footing, but every time it looks like one team gets some footing, you know, one of the buttons just go down to the other team. For instance, right now, Southern Cross with B, and previously looked for at least 5 minutes there. Bandit had B for a really long time. And with just how large Corey is, it's not surprising. There's only so many resources you can allocate.
Red takes B. Red team.
Southern Cross with a push opportunity. Only one Southern Cross alive, though, in Bandit's base. They'll be looking to push up. Ooh, Nugget. Nice pick on B. Big Southern Cross push. Z taking out Nugget. Crucial kill for them. Go for Button. Interesting choice, going for Button over that dash pickup. And Nugget will take him out. That indecision, though, was probably the reason he died. When you're left in that type of position, I would say always go for that dash pickup. Because that dash pickup guarantees you momentum. Going for Button doesn't always guarantee that you'll hold on to that B. And Z had to learn that the hard way. As he'll go down to the person he took out.
Red team scores.
Southern Cross countdown, only 2 left. Oh, and Z, being last alive, would get the counter. play now, coming down to the last 10 minutes, I believe. Still 2-0 in the favor of Southern Cross. Bandit are going to need to get 3 entire points if they want to stay in this match. Countdown. And a counter countdown immediately right after. Caged Birdie with a double pick. He will secure B once again for Bandits. And honestly, really, I think you have to give it up to Caged Birdie. The amount of work he's been doing at B has been a... Oh man, and more kills, more frags. Getting position, getting counters, pushing up. Oh, he'll go down though, Wakanda taking him out. But a Bandit countdown briefly. More blues. Oh, but they'll be wiped. And Southern Cross will once again take control of the map, heading on towards B. Looking in terms of frags, not surprisingly, Caged Birdie in top, 49 kills to 33. Going absolutely insane. I think I saw another 40 in there. A little hard to make out. I think it's 41. Second frag. Not really sure who that is on Bandit side. I think it's Team Insane. Yep. Team Insane, second frag in for Bandit. So the kill power right now, more so in terms of Bandit, but the pacing and the consistency Southern Cross has is the reason why they're currently in lead. And a countdown, only 2 alive. Only Caged Birdie. Can he get a clutch? Will he be able to? No, he won't! He'll go down. Xerneas getting the final pick, getting the team wipe, and that will be it. Southern Cross taking a surprising win, 3-0, over a US-based team. And wow, I was not expecting just how dominant Southern Cross is going to be on this quarry. And you know what, Paros, you were right. Southern Cross doing a very good job. All right, let me get that score before it goes out. Let's see. Gotcha. All right, so looking at scores, got Nugget once again top fragging and top scoring, 11,000 points, 3 on Southern Cross's side. We did briefly talk about top frag on Bandit's side. Caged Birdie putting in so much work, 50-36, and not only that, 13,000 points. He's top scoring and top fragging across the entire map. I mean, MVP for this quarry has really been Caged Birdie, and a huge props to them. Team Insane, 42-43, second frag for his team. So Bandit put in a lot of work, but they looked a little bit coordinated on that quarry. You know, we'll go in favor of Southern Cross because of that. It really wasn't the kill power, it was the coordination. And that's something they'll have to work on. But I see a lot of new players on Bandit. I mean, a lot of vet players, but, you know, new to each other. So they got to work on watching each other's back and not taking each other's routes. But looking at advanced stats now, we've, of course, got top fraggers for the map, Caged Birdie and Nugget. In terms of overall headshots, though, Rapscallion and Team Insane with the top, both going over 22 headshots, showing that accuracy. In terms of captures, Axion, second capturing for Southern Cross with 30 captures and 3 counters to her name. However, the most counters across the map going to both Caged Birdie and Wakanda, 6 counters for him. So even though negative KD, still clutching for his team, keeping them in that game. So some important stats there. Overall accuracy, that will actually go to Traku. Traku 17.1, and I think it's because of those rockets. Traku placing those rockets really well, manning them the entire time. So, all right. Well, that'll about do it. The 3-0 coming to Southern Cross, and with a really nice payload win. This is a really good win for them, and it's probably on good pace for them to get back into Dash Tier next cycle. So, do you know what their next matchup is? Southern Cross. V. Got it. So, Southern Cross scheduled against V. That will be the team they will need to beat, and beat pretty well if they want to get back into Dash Tier. But, you know, I think they have it in them. V, however, a very strong team. Previously, and using a lot of remnants of iron, situated themselves also in Dasher tier. Gonna be a good one. I want to keep following Southern Cross and see where they can proceed. All right, well that'll about do it. Thank you for everyone who watched today. Shout out to Firehorse for taking the cast, and of course all the awesome animations and really everything you do for Dash League, man. Really appreciate it.
Hey,
Shout out to
my
both
pleasure.
teams. Shout out to both teams for showing up, putting in the work. It's really the teams that make this league go. All right. Anything else you want to add, or you want to wrap this up?
No, thanks for watching Dash League.
All right. You guys have a good one.